What's going on, Orlando No Students? This is Pastor Duran. I'm so excited to see you guys again this Wednesday night. I'm so excited that you guys decided to join us on YouTube. This is our 4th week on YouTube, and I'm so excited because we passed 100 subscribers. That is a lot of subscribers. So if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, be sure to hit the subscribe button. It's down there somewhere. Make sure you hit it because I would like to have more subscribers. Also, I want to go ahead and make it a quick announcement. Passion Camp for this year has been canceled. So sorry. Boo. If you did watch our video last week, you know that we had a competition. And on the competition, we had the 4 of us. It had me, had Deb, had Javi, and it had Mia. And me and Deb, we lost. We lost in a big way. But Javi and Mia, it was too close to call. Some people said that Mia won. Some people said that Javi won. So for today's game, actually, it is going to be a tiebreaker. So Deb and I are just going to be sitting on the sidelines. This game is going to be between Javi and Deb. And it's actually just to settle who actually won last week. So we'll get ready for the game. And we'll tell you what's going on.
All right. So here we go. Okay, so Deb, I'm going to need your help a little bit. Yeah. You can put them actually on the ground so we're gonna do the no thumbs challenge. So we have 3 things that we need to accomplish or do, and the first one, I guess, like, either if you move your thumb, you can't do it, or the first person that like accomplishes these things wins. So each point.
So that means whoever wins this actually won last week too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is our tiebreaker. So the stakes are high. So each thing is worth 1 point, and the person with the most points at the end wins.
Okay.
So
what the winner get?
Bragging rights? I don't know. Do we have like a prize?
Well, now it's a tiebreaker. Yeah,
What's
you guys should now.
You're the youth pastor.
Oh, if I got to
You're
pay
in
for
charge.
We'll come up with something.
Yeah.
We'll come up with a prize for the winner. Have no idea yet.
So,
we'll make
Deb,
something.
I'm going to need your help because we have to tape up, you'll have to tape up our thumbs. Okay, Javi, you good? So we can't move our thumbs, as you can see. And so we're going to do 3 things. So the first one is we're each going to have a quarter. And we have to flip the coin. Figure out how to flip the coin.
And so you're in one hand?
Yes.
Oh.
It, like, you have to flip it up though. It has to like make a flip. It'll be
catch
this
it.
one. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
And is it heads or tails?
Oh, tails.
Wait,
all right, so
you
you have
catch it, you let it drop.
You have to catch it.
Okay.
So and if it drops, it falls into the sand, and you won't be able to get it out.
Hope it doesn't fall.
So it has to land on tails because he called tails.
Okay.
So until you get tails, you gotta.
Can it land in my opposite hand?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, we'll see.
All right. All right. Tell us when, Deb.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Got
You got it?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't.
Is it tails?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
it's tails. You already got it.
He won
All
that
right.
one.
So.
That's close.
Not good. It didn't fall in the sand. All right. So the next one is we will have this bottle, and you have to open the bottle and you have to take a drink with one hand. Like you can open it with 2 hands, but then you have to take the drink with 1 hand. Or try
Oh.
to. It's gonna be hard.
Slippery.
I'm gonna. You can like. All right.
It's gonna be
Ready?
great.
Set. Go. Oh.
Ow.
I'm gonna spill water on myself. Oh
You can't use 2 hands, Tear Pack.
no! He was using
It's
two
2.
hands to take a sip. It was supposed to be 1 hand.
It fell. I was taking a sip and it fell. Replay.
We'll do a replay. We'll do a replay. We'll call a replay.
Okay. I'm gonna put this on the ground because I'm not.
Man.
That water was not bubbly. All right, here's the last one.
Mine was very bubbly.
So we have to. The next one is with your phone.
Well, technically I already won, right? 'Cause I was
Yeah.
at 3.
Well, yeah. Let's just for kicks and giggles. rules. Alright, so this next one, you have to grab your phone.
Uh-huh.
And the first one, I'm sorry, hold on. Lock it. I'll lock mine too. I gotta get out of my text messages. Make sure you're not in your text messages, because, you know. Alright, so you gotta unlock your phone. And then the first person to text Pastor Rob a sentence, what sentence should it be?
You want me?
Yeah.
Oh man. What sentence should it be? I love Jordans. Period. There you
Okay.
go.
Period? It has to have, okay.
Has to have a period in there
Alright,
somewhere.
so if it's, yeah, it's locked, okay. So the first person to text this to Pastor Rob wins.
Okay.
Well, but you already won, but you know. Alright, tell us when, Deb.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Don't pull up his name.
They're both on the same
Uh-oh.
stage. Okay, there's typing.
Uh-oh. Oh, Mia's close. You done?
Ready, set.
Oh my gosh. As we get ready to get into worship, I want to say a few things about it. Number one, I'm going to give Javi's hands time to heal from all that tape that was just on it. But number two, I always stress how important worship is. Worship is extremely, extremely important. Because sometimes that's all you have. Sometimes you don't have the right words, you don't know what to think, you don't know what to say. And worship is the only appropriate response. So tonight, wherever you're at, again, no matter where you are, just take these few minutes and worship with us.
Bring it all to peace. The storm surrounding me, let it rain at your name.
we thank you for this opportunity to worship you in the midst of Corona, in the midst of school being online and being separated from our friends and some of our family, not being able to experience, for some of us, our senior year the way that we expected it to. We thank you that we have this opportunity to worship you, to give you our worries and our concerns, and to sing of your greatness. You know, guys, it is extremely important in times like this that we learn to worship, because worship is an important part of life. It'll help you through life. It'll help you whenever you're struggling. It'll help you whenever you're confused and you don't know what to do, and you know you need to pray, but you don't know what to pray. If you take time to worship, it can clear your mind. It'll clear your heart. It can set you in a place where you can actually hear from God at those times where you might not think or might not feel like you can actually talk to Him at this time. So thank you so much for joining us in worship. We are going to continue in our third week of our series, Social Faith. And in a minute, Javi, I'm going to ask for your help. I'm going to try something really simple. All right, so this is not a JoJo reference. So this right here is not a JoJo reference. We're just going with the sermon. So today, we're going to be talking about taking our relationships offline and how important that is. And we're going to be looking at Hebrews chapter 10, verses 24 and 25. And it says, "And let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works, not neglecting to meet together, as it is the habit of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day drawing near." So the Hebrew writer is telling us not to neglect coming together. Don't neglect coming together with people of like-minded faith. And there's a reason for that. But before we get into that reason, I want to tell you a story. One of my favorite holidays of all time is Christmas. But it's not for what you think it is. It's not because of presents or anything like that. Now, when I was younger, yes, I always enjoyed Christmas for the presents, just like my kids right now. The only thing they want from Christmas are the presents, but that's not for me. So what I enjoy the most about Christmas is family. We're all together. We're all having a good time. We're all hanging out. I love that about Christmas. And one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time is The Grinch. The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Now, I'm talking about the animated version. I'm not talking about the Jim Carrey version. The Jim Carrey version was a little bit weird to me, but I'm talking about the animated version. But in that story, the Grinch, he's a loner, and if you noticed, he's in a cave by himself with his dog, and he thinks that he has everything that he needs. He has his dog, he has a place to stay, and that's it. That's all that he needs. But in that story, his heart is extremely small. And you fast forward a little bit, he steals Christmas, but somehow they get it all back. And at the end of that story, it says that his heart grew 3 times that size. But the reason was not because of the gifts, not because of the presents. It was because of the people. So you see, there is a danger in social media that causes us to neglect our relationships that are outside of social media. Now, there's nothing wrong with social media. I know for the past 2 weeks, I've been harking on it and saying all kind of wild things about social media. Even though they're true, social media in and of itself is not a bad thing. It's really a good thing. You get to connect with family. You can connect with friends. You get to explore all kinds of things. You can actually even help people on social media. So it's a great tool, and it's a great thing to have. But if we're not careful, we can separate ourselves from our real relationships. Because the problem is, you think that when you're on social media, that those people that you interact with on social media actually know who you are. But really, they just know what you're showing them. They just know the good side. They don't know the bad side. They don't know the times where you're struggling. They don't know what makes you upset or what makes you happy. They can only tell by what you post on social media if you don't have a relationship with them outside of that. And so that's just like whenever we go out, and I don't know if this has happened to you, but it's happened to me I don't know how many times. I'm friends with somebody on social media, and when I actually see them out in person, I don't know who they are. So they're waving at me, they're saying hi, and I'm just got this dead look on my face like, who are you? I don't know you. But then they're like, oh no, we're friends on Facebook, and then it all clicks. That's weird though, right? I have a relationship with them online, but I don't actually have one with them in person. So now let's reverse that. So let's say I have a relationship with somebody in person, but I don't have a relationship with them on social media. Which one do you think knows me better? The person that knows me outside of social media, or the one that knows me on social media? It'll be the person that knows me outside of social media because they know me in my good times, they know me in my bad times, they know me when I'm happy, they know me when I'm sad, they know the good side, they see all the ugliness, they see all of me. So they know me better than the person that's been following me for years on social media because the person on social media only knows what I post. And so back then, they didn't have social media, but this is what the writer is getting at. He's saying, you guys have neglected yourselves getting together with each other. You're not doing it, and you need to do that. It's good for you to do that. There's a couple of reasons you need to do that. The first reason you need to do that is because it'll help you stir yourself to love. Let's go back to my story with the Grinch. His heart grew 3 times that size because of the love that he received from the people in the story. And even though it's a story, that's a true thing. When you're on social media, you have this thing where you can be isolated or you can be alone and you can be afraid, even if you have thousands of followers, because they don't actually know who you are. That's like being blind. Now here comes my favorite part. So it's just like being blind. So Javi, if you come help me real quick. So I have a puzzle here. It's a really simple puzzle. Why? Because I don't think I'm that smart. So you see this puzzle? We got 6 pieces here. So I'm going to have Javi take out the pieces, and I'm going to blindfold myself, and then I'm going to try to put them back in, and we're going to see what happens. So just take them out.
All right, we're out.
Okay, so being on social media is just like this. They can only see what I show them, so they can only see what's in front of them. But they can't see all of this. All of this is me. This is me right here. But they can only see what's in front of them, and this is the blindfold. And so when they try to get to know me and they try to put the pieces together, they can't. The pieces won't fit. And the pieces don't fit because they don't know me. They make all these suggestions and all these comments on social media, and you get upset at this person because you're like, but you've been following me for this long on social media and you don't know me? You've been following me all these years, but you don't know who I am. You like my posts, you like my comments, you like my pictures, but it doesn't fit. And the reason it doesn't fit is because they can't see. They can only see what you show them. They don't get to see all of this. So if you never take your relationship outside of social media, this is all it's ever going to be. This is all they're ever going to see. But see, you have to take the next step. So the next step is you got to take off the blindfold. And if you take off the blindfold, then they can know who you are. Now they can see. Now they'll be able to say, oh, I know why you said it that way. And then it starts to fit together. Oh, I know why you feel that way. And it starts to fit together. So the pieces start going together. Oh, thank you, sir. The pieces start going together when they actually get to see the whole picture of who you are. And social media does not represent the whole picture of who you are. And so the writer of Hebrews is saying, do not forsake the assemblies of yourselves together. Why? Because you can stir yourself to love. But not only that, they can help you love one another. And it can help you love yourself. One of the dangers of social media that psychologists talk about all the time is the danger of loneliness. They say that we're more connected than ever, but the suicide rate is higher than ever. We're more connected than ever, but our depression rate is higher than ever. Why? Because even though we're connected digitally, we're not connected in person. So don't forsake assembling yourselves together in person. And I know right now it's hard to do because we have to distance ourselves. But sooner or later, we'll be able to get back to some type of normalcy. I'm not saying it's going to be like it always has been, but we'll be able to get out of our house sometime soon. I really hope so. I have 4 kids at my house, and sometimes it's driving me crazy. But we can get out of our house sometimes. So how in the world right now, how do we not forsake ourselves assembling together? Oh, great question. I'm so glad you asked. So one of the things that we are going to start doing in the youth group is we're going to start having youth Zoom meetings for our small groups. So we're going to kick small groups right back up because I don't know how long we're going to be not going to be able to meet together. So we need to figure out how we can stay connected and love one another and stir each other to love because we don't want to forsake our assembly together. We don't want to forsake that. And even though social media is a great tool, I love it. I'm on there all the time. I said this last week. I'm going to say it again. It's a shameless plug. If you're not following me on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram. I like to have all the followers. I'm just being real. But seriously, though, all that's fun. It's fun. I love to post crazy things and stuff like that, and it's fun that people like it and comment on it, but it doesn't compare to when I actually get to talk to somebody face-to-face. It doesn't compare when actually somebody can come and shake my hand or hug me or tell me that it's going to be okay when I'm having a hard day. That does not compare to it. And so we are going to take the step to make sure that we are connected. So that's one of the things that we are going to do. Another thing we're going to do, I just mentioned it earlier, I'm going to start just surprise calling you guys. I want to see you, number one. And number two, I just want to put you on the spot. Let's see what happens. What up, G? Where's your face at, man?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out.
All right, so before we get started, this will be aired tomorrow night.
Okay.
Just to let you know, fair and square.
I got a question though. Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, I got to do something, man. I miss everybody. I don't get to see your face. I mean, this is killing me. Like when I say I'm an extreme extrovert, I'm not joking. Like I'm serious. It's bad. So, I got to do something, bro. So what's been going on, bro?
Nothing much. Got school. Been going on daily exercise routine.
Bro,
Being
I need
yelled at.
get yelled at. Yeah, well, that's normal.
That is pretty normal.
So how's school going?
Going well. Besides my teachers not grading stuff.
Yeah. So my kids are in, elementary school, and they only have like an hour of work a day almost right now, and that's stretching it. So,
Bro, that's the same with me. That's why I got yelled at when she's like, "How come you aren't like Frankie doing work every day?" I'm like, I only have like one assignment each day. What else am I supposed to do?
So what's your favorite part about being in the quarantine?
That's a good question. I guess bonding more as a family.
Yeah.
I guess that would be the best part.
Well, you and Frankie haven't killed each other yet, so that's good, right?
I don't know about that.
Oh. That's good. So what's the worst part then? So if that's the best part is bonding with family, what's the worst part?
Also being with family because you're by them 24/7, 360, not even 365, but for who knows for how long. You can only take so much of one person.
Besides going for daily workouts and school, and how are you keeping yourself busy?
Yesterday, I went on a 17.8-mile bike ride, and it took me 5 hours, I think.
Wow.
Then again, my handlebars broke, so like
In the middle of the ride?
yeah, I was coming back, right? And I was near the turn to go down the street. And I realized that my handlebars were kind of wobbly. So I kind of pressed them down and they just fell down. Like they lowered.
Oh, you broke your handlebars?
They're adjustable, I guess, because I have them at like a medium setting. So I'm like this. They
Yeah.
dropped. So my arms are like diagonal. And I was going down a hill. As I was going down the hill, they went all the way up. So the handlebars are now like to my neck. And I'm just like, geez. So I try to brake. And I feel like I was about to fly forward because the
Yeah.
handlebars moved. So I'm just like, well, I guess I can't brake. So I guess I'll just die on the hill then. Eventually, I just lost momentum, and I was like, I had to move them back down. I'm just like, that was the scariest moment of my life. Like, I was shaking at that point. I was like,
Yeah. All right. Well, bro, thanks for the meeting. Enjoy your time. Yeah, and I'll see you soon.
yeah, you too, man. Peace
All right,
out.
dude. Peace. So, the whole point of this message is that we have to stay connected. So, let me pray. I hope that message wasn't too long. I just really wanted you guys to know that it is important for us to stay connected. Even though we have social media, even though we have all these great things to do, we still need to try and stay connected any way possible. So, let me pray for us. Lord, I thank you so much for the opportunity to be connected with my friends, to be connected with these students. Even though right now it's on YouTube Live, I'm thankful for that. I'm very thankful for that because we cannot meet in person, but right now we can meet digitally, Lord. And then once we come back, I pray that this does not cause us to be distant from one another, Lord, but that it draws us closer to each other because I miss them. I miss seeing their faces. I miss praying with them. I miss joking around with them. I miss all of them, Lord. And I just pray that you would bless them wherever they're at, that you would keep them safe, and that you'd watch over them. It's in your name we pray. Amen. Hey, guys, we love you. Cannot wait to see you. I say that every single week, and I really, really mean it. I really cannot wait till we get back together. The last thing we had was the taco party. The taco party was great, but there was food everywhere, and I had to clean it up for like a day and a half, and it was a mess. But I enjoyed it, so I cannot wait till we get back. When we get back, it's going to be a big party. I hope Pastor Rob doesn't get mad at me, and I can't believe I'm saying this because he's actually going to watch this, and oh well. So I hope it's going to be great, but we'll see you guys next week. Bye.